Really proud of our guys' effort today, versus a extremely good ball club in Tulane, and one of the very best coaches there is, not only in this conference but in the country. And Coach Ron Hunter, got great respect for them, the Tulane basketball program. But glad we were able to get a conference win tonight, big one. We've talked about meaningful games in March, and this was one of them, obviously. But I thought our guys' execution, and that's what we just talked about, was about as high as it's been all season long in terms of adjustments from game 1 to game 2 and how we executed this game. And then the last 2 days, a 1 through 16 team effort, meaning all 16 guys, scout team, guys that don't play, freshmen, all the way up to CJ, RJ, and Cam as seniors. I thought this was a really strong team effort.
Obviously so much meaning with wanting to send, seeding and all the other stuff, but how important just was it to send out RJ and the seniors the right way and win the night?
Yeah, absolutely. There's always that emotional context to it for someone as special as RJ and CJ and Cam being seniors. And we didn't shy away from talking about it. When we stepped on the practice court yesterday, we said to these guys, this is your last practice you get in terms of a preparation for a home game. So we didn't shy away from anything because I want these guys to embrace that. I want them to cherish the moment that they're in right now. And I can't give them enough credit for them doing that because we had one of our best practices of the year yesterday. And that is spearheaded by someone like RJ, CJ, and Cam, the seniors. But that all being said, RJ would be the first to say everybody was locked in on winning this game. That was what the focus was, to be our best today and winning the game. So all that emotional stuff is nice and we embraced it, but this team was locked in for the last 2 days.
RJ, they jumped on y'all pretty good in New Orleans. Y'all kind of reversed that tonight. Did you kind of get that sense earlier that y'all were going to be pretty locked in?
Well, I would say we looked at the film of the last game. We already know come in business approach. So basically just look like what we did last game and correct what we did and came out to go kill.
RJ, you guys have won 6 of your last 7, and how much of that is you guys as a team finally just really understanding how each other plays and really kind of meshing right now?
It's just taking every practice, every film session, every lift day by day, focus on that and make sure we go recovery and all that kind of stuff. That little stuff just helps build the big stuff all the way.
RJ, your last game inside Minji's tonight, just how great was that atmosphere and how did you guys feed off that all game?
It was a beautiful atmosphere out there. I'm glad that there was a whole lot of people there. Shout out to the Minji Maniacs. It was pretty emotional for me at the end of the game. I took it. It was like I was crying a little bit in the locker room afterwards. I'm not afraid to say that, but I kept it business throughout the game and let emotions happen after the game. So. Yeah.
Coach, when you grabbed that mic to address the fans after the game ended, what was going through your head at that point? Because it feels like such a huge jump from the beginning of the season to the point right now.
Yeah, you know what I was thinking about? What the question I was just asked to RJ about these fans and Pirate Nation and the energy that was in the building. And I would say this, it's been there. I mean, we feel we have as good of a fan base and support as anybody. But I would say, our last few games, I think about the second half of the UTSA home game, the Charlotte home game, and tonight, it was electric in there. And it made a huge impact. And it was fun, it was exciting, it was loud. RJ and I were just talking about it, walking to here from doing the radio interview. And when this place gets like that, it makes an impact on opponents. And it makes an impact on our guys. And I thought, so when you say what was going through my mind when I was talking, it was genuine gratitude for this fan base and those fans in there tonight because it got loud and when everyone's standing up and they're chanting and screaming, this place is special.
Coach, the start of the game, kind of same question I asked RJ. Just how important was that and getting off to a good start, kind of reversing it?
I mean, we'd love every game to get off to a great start. And that's always our energy is put into that and our focus and everything we do. But I thought our guys truly executed all the little things this game. And again, so much respect for Tulane, their players, their coaches. I mean, they are a really good team. They're one of the top defensive teams in the league. We had to really do some things differently on offense this game than we've done in other games. it's not the same as playing against a normal man-to-man team like Charlotte or UTSA, our last 2 games. So in a short time, you go back to the first Tulane game and you make adjustments for this game. And our guys just lock into the details. And then on the defensive side, that was when I thought we were at our best. I thought defensively, the 3 or 4 keys we had to the game, the guys were so tuned in and aggressive to go achieve that I thought that played into us getting off to a good start, which is big in a game like this. You know that.
And just speaking to that, the game in New Orleans, they were just so hot from 3 to start. Obviously 4 for 14 tonight. What did you guys do differently defending 3-point line?
A lot of it comes down to personnel scout defense. In terms of understanding, you can't let guys get off clean looks early in the game. Banks had not been shooting the ball well prior to us going into that first game in New Orleans. He made 3 in the first half, and every time he shot it, he felt like probably he was shooting the ball into the ocean. He felt that good after the first one went through. So there becomes a huge emphasis to not allow their top scorers or top shooters to get clean looks. You can't stop a really good player from scoring or making an impact. But Rowan Brumbaugh maybe had to work a little bit harder this game to have the impact that he had, and he still played well. But in New Orleans, he controlled the whole game for 40 minutes. And, so we had to just make adjustments on defense, and I thought our guys, led by RJ and the other guys, did a good job with that.
RJ, that moment after the game when you were getting interviewed with the whole team right there looked pretty special. When it comes from a team that was kind of a lot of the part put together going into this year to where you are now, how close is this group?
Ever since day one, since the Bahamas trip, we all been together. Like those are my guys. Like from day one, I've been putting this team together, trying to bond with them. I went from like being the one of the main guys to being the leader. So I would say me being the leader of the team, I did a whole lot of cookouts and all that kind of stuff, make sure the guys come together, throw it on the grill, just to build that chemistry up. So when we out on the floor, we have that charisma already. So that stuff like that and us bonding off the court, that means a lot, and that affects our success. That shows our success during this year.
Coach, you guys have a lot of individual guys who can create their own shot and do their thing. But when you have 12 assists on 15 makes in that first half, it just I'm sure that feels like everything's cooking at that point.
Yeah, and again, I just give these guys credit. They really bought into our game plan going into this game, what we wanted to do offensively, how we wanted to try and attack their morphing zone defense. They have 3 or 4 defenses, and they're changing them possession to possession where they're moving guys out. They'll go from a 2-3 zone to it looks like man, but it's really a 5-out switching zone defense. They'll guard some guys, not guard other guys, heavy on one side, a little bit lighter on the other. So our guys really bought into that. And when that happened, they understood this team, Tulane, does a great job causing turnovers. They get in the gaps. They get down there. They rake in at the ball. And in the first game, they blocked 9 shots of ours, and they turned us over in the gaps. I thought we guys really bought into understanding you got to move the ball, and when you get in the paint, you have to make certain plays. And looking at their shot blocks tonight, it looks like they own 2 block shots. And that's a huge difference. 9 in New Orleans, 2 today. And again, I think the guys just bought in that, so ball movement was crisp.
And the emphasis of the game was playing off 2 feet, so we had folks on that. Yeah.
RJ, you talked about playing important basketball in March, when you came here. Now y'all going to the season finale, chance at a double bye. Just what do these games mean to you, kind of setting the culture for this program moving forward and right now?
Like I said, it's more business. After this game right here, make sure guys make on recovery and all that kind of stuff. It's just the little stuff as well. Us building up this win right here, it gives us confidence going to FAU with more confidence. And at me as a leader, I'm gonna try to keep the guys in line. Hey, we might have a good win, but we still got to be hungry we got to be hungry to keep killing.
Anything else?
Coach, not sure we'll have a chance to ask this before y'all leave. I mean, how much fun just have you had coaching this group? I know obviously you got time left, but I mean, just how much fun has it been just watching them grow the way they have?
Well, I think you guys could pull clips up of me back in October in our very first media session. I guarantee you guys could verbatim pull the clips of me saying I love this team. I love coaching this team. Every day, every practice, every film session, every team dinner. I've said that all the way in the summer. But the first time we all got together in October on Media Day, that's one of the very first things I said is I love coaching this team, and it's only grown tenfold since then. Because when you go through that adversity together, when you go through the ups and downs, when you go through those things, that makes guys tighter, that makes this group tighter. And this is a very tight group. So to answer your question, I love it every day. I'm going to miss the guys tonight until I see them tomorrow morning. But since it's a quick turnaround, we'll have film tomorrow morning and we'll get right back at it. But RJ said it. This team has really bought into this one day and every little detail that goes into the day at a time. He said training session, weight session, film session, practice, workout. It might just be shooting free throws or shoot-arounds the day of the game. This team has bought in at the highest level that I've been around. And I think that is where we'll continue our mindset going into this game on Sunday versus a really good FAU team, very difficult road game. And with that, as we close, I just want to thank Pirate Nation and these fans for them this season, and particularly these last few games and tonight, because that was an electric atmosphere in there, and they helped us get it done tonight. So thank you, Pirate Nation.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.